Well, hello, my bookish friends. How are you guys doing? Today is December 31st, 2024. Now, you haven't seen me in a while because I've been in a massive reading slump and I just have not been able to get out of it. I have not been able to shake it off. I pick up a book and I read the first line, the first paragraph, the first page, first chapter. I put that book down and be like, it didn't draw me in, and it's not the book's fault. It's me. It's where I'm at in life. Being a lifelong reader, I started reading at the age of 9 in 1980. It's not the first time I've been in a reading slump, and it won't be the last time that I will be in a reading slump. But it has been a rough year. Personally, financially, at home, it's been a rough year. So, I don't even know if I want to do a year-end wrap-up. I set my Goodreads goal at 52 books. That's one book a week, okay, for the year. I just came in at 41 or 42 as of yesterday. Am I disappointed? No. It means I was still able to read, just not as much as I typically do. And because 2024 was a hard year. We had a washer that broke, a water heater that broke and then flooded my hallway and my bathroom. The bumper was taken off of my minivan through an accident, a true legitimate accident. My husband's car blew up. It's been a rough year. So, I'm glad to leave 2024 behind. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys have a good year? Bad year? Just an average so-so year? That's what I'm always looking forward to, is an average so-so year, as long as it stays steady. No big bumps in the road, no roller coasters up and down. I would like my life to be a little bit more settled and a little bit more peaceful and calm, but that's not where I'm at in this day and age. So 2024 was it was just an average reading year for me. There were some books I did read that I did like. So maybe what I'll do is I will come back and tell you what I did like with the books I read in 2024. In Ember in the Ashes, as a young adult fantasy from Saba Tahir, I read Kings of the Wild by, I want to say, Nicholas Eames. It's adult fantasy. So yeah, maybe I'll come back and talk about the stuff I read that was good, that I did enjoy. So one more channel name change, I think. Jenny Larkin is Bookbound was the first name I'd come up with for my channel, and I absolutely love it, but some feedback says it's a little bit too big, too long, and it's a mouthful. And then changing it to Jenny's Bookshelves. I mean, how many other YouTube channels out there are like that, with the person's name in the beginning and then the word bookshelf, bookshelves, reads, reading, whatever. So many. So it was just one in a sea of hundreds and thousands. So I'm thinking of changing it to just Jenny. And it's because anytime I've ever introduced myself to somebody, I'll say, hey, my name is Jenny. Nice to meet you. And they always want to call me Jennifer. And my name is not Jennifer. It is just Jenny. So 40 years of introducing yourself, you say, hi, my name is Jenny. Just Jenny, not Jennifer. And then Jenny with an I-E and not a Y. So I have been introducing myself using those words, just Jenny, for practically my whole life. So I think I'm going to change my channel name to just Jenny, because I am a one-woman show. All the books in the house, my husband and I have started calling our book collection the Larkin Family Library, which is a mouthful too, but that's what we call the books in our house. So I would love to give you just a generic bookshelf tour, because we're up at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bookcases that we have, and it's about 1,000 books or more. Now, I've got 2 kids still living in the house, a 20-year-old and 18-year-old. They have a bookshelf in their room. They have their own books. So my husband and I call it the Larkin Family Library, which I love that. But again, it's a mouthful. So, and I'm the one who buys the books. I'm the one who organizes them and catalogs them and reads the majority of them. So it's just me, and just me doesn't work as a channel name, but just Jenny does. So, sometime in January. You'll see it. Just Jenny. But it's still me. And it'll still be bookish content. Although I might throw some life in there. We have projects planned for the house this year. We're building a closet. We're going to do some demo in our bathroom and redo our bathroom. We've only got one working bathroom in the house, so we have to kind of plan that out, you know, replace the tub, the toilet, the sink, the sheetrock. I'm still decluttering. I am still doing the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning to get rid of a lot of stuff so my children do not have to inherit what I call my hoard, because I do have some pack rat issues and hoarding issues. I have mental health issues. I have physical health issues. So I think I'm going to add in a little bit of my everyday life in the videos to round them out a little bit, because with the books, like, I read a little bit of everything. I have a shelf over there that is just all kids books, and I'm talking picture books, board books, early readers. I love kids books. I've got middle grade, I've got young adult, I've got adult, and I read across mostly all genres. I realized recently I've never actually read a spy novel. So if you guys have any, besides Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, because I do have that on my shelf and I was going to try that out in 2025. Have any recommendations for spy novels? I think that's one genre I just don't typically read in. So I want to branch out a little bit, you know. So 2025 for me is going to be rereads. I am going to go back to the stuff that I love, stuff that was 5-star reads, and you get totally immersed in it. The characters are fantastic, the setting is fantastic, and it's the kind of book that you can read a second time, third time, a 10th time. I'm going to be doing rereads in 2025. And what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to go back to when I was 9 years old in 3rd grade in 1980, and I read the first book that hit me in the feels and made me fall in love with reading. I'm going to start there for my rereads of 2025. It is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. And then second to that is The Spooky Old Tree by Stan and Jan Berenstain. Those were the first 2 books I remember reading. So I'm going to work through, I'm going to go find them. I do have copies of them. I still have just a small little handful of books left over from my childhood days. And then I'm gonna try to remember stuff I read in middle school or junior high, the stuff I read in high school, and the stuff I was reading when I met my husband back in 1998. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning and work my way up and do rereads for 2025, because I have to find my love of reading again. I have to find why I like to read and what I like to read and what got me into it to begin with, because I have lost sight of that a little bit in the last couple years. Ever since I discovered BookTube, which is just book content and videos on YouTube. And I love watching YouTube videos from BookTube creators. I love it, but I'm drowning in it between all the book hauls that are done and the shopping, the consumerism, and so many books on your shelf just because they're pretty, or because they have a certain aesthetic, or because of the vibe, and having so many books that, like, when you look at your shelves, you look at this and you're like, well, I didn't read that and I'm not going to read it, but I keep it on my shelf because it's pretty. And I was like, I'm struggling with that, because I started doing a little bit of that myself. And because I have a shopping problem, because I'm bored, or because it's trying to fill a void or a hole or fix some childhood trauma, I've been shopping at the thrift stores. And I love shopping at the thrift stores. And I love being on the hunt for books. But I did go overboard with it. And so I got to try to rein that in a little bit. It is part of my mental health issues with my generalized anxiety and my lifelong fight with depression. So it's like, I know where some of it comes from, but it's time to do something about it. I have to change the way I see things. I have to start letting myself feel things and process things and say it's okay to feel this, but it's not okay to go out and go shopping away your feelings, eating away your feelings, it's not healthy. So, yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, I want to stop shopping. Well, I don't want to stop shopping. I want to have targeted shopping. That, like, if I have book 1 of a series and I really liked book 1 and I would like to have book 2, and I think it's something that I would read again, that's the kind of books I want to have on my shelves. I want books that I would love to read again. So right now, that's not what's going on back here. This is shopping, 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 because somebody said that book was good and I found it in the thrift store, so I bought it. But do I plan on reading it? I don't know. A lot of times I'll read the synopsis and I'll be like, you know what, this book really isn't for me. But then I have a hard time letting it go. I like to hold on to things, so I have a hard time letting it go. So I'm interested to see where 2025 is going to take me in my journey with reading. So I figured I'd start at the beginning, go back to when I was 9 years old and figure out what it is that I like about reading, and maybe stop buying so much without ever having a plan on reading it. Okay. I hope you guys will stick around for that. I'm hoping to be a little bit more consistent with posting my videos, and hopefully life will not be so crappy in 2025. So, hopefully. Let's see. I'm still working through my Stephen King rereads. I did Carrie, which I absolutely loved it, which is his first published book. His second published book was Salem's Lot, and Salem's Lot, I had to slog through it. It is so dense and so slow. Salem's Lot is not one of my favorite Stephen King books. I find it very frustrating to read it. And, but I did finish reading it. It took me a while, but I did finish reading it, and I was frustrated with it. So whatever published book came next after Salem's Lot? Is it Night Shift? Is it The Shining? I think it's The Shining. So that will be next with my Stephen King rereads in 2025. Okay, so, yeah, I rambled on. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm just going to leave it. When I talk to the camera, I talk, and talk. I love to talk. I really do hope you guys will stick around. I'm excited to get back into reading and get out of this reading slump. Hope you guys will help me with it. You know, give me some recommendations. I hope you had a good 2024. I hope 2024 was nice to you and it wasn't frustrating or crappy. I hope it was a good one for you. I hope going forward into 2025, we all have a fantastic year. Life is chaos, is it not? Yes, it is. Life is chaotic all the time, and all we can do is write a list, try to make a plan, and get through it one day at a time. That is what I do, one day at a time. I'm always hoping that today is better than yesterday, and I'm always hoping that tomorrow is better than today. That's how I get through my life, okay? Yeah, that's how I get through it. So here's hoping to a better year in 2025. Let's read some books. Let's read some books out of our comfort zone. Let's read big books. Let's read little books. Let's read kids' books and adult books. Okay. So just me, Jenny, and I will catch you guys in 2025, and we'll start rereads of stuff that we read when we were kids. I'd like to know from you guys, what did you read as a child that is still with you today? Like, see, I read Charlotte's Web when I was 9, and I'm 53 now. I just turned 53 a month ago, and it's still with me. It is still with me. So let me know down in the comments below, is there anything that you read as a young child that is still with you today? I'm curious to see if we all, and do you still own the book? Do you still have it? Is it on your shelf? Is it tucked away in a box somewhere? Let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.